And a soda pop, baby. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Let's Play LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. This is episode number 22 in the series, and per the previous episode, we have found Old Man Obi-Wan Kenobi out here in the desert with Luke Skywalker. We've come to understand that Luke's family were torched. Jesus, that was loud. We've come to understand that Luke's family is long gone, and now he is going to go on a mission here with Ben Kenobi, aka Obi-Wan Kenobi, in order to attempt to save the princess. We're going to go meet them on Alderaan, supposedly.
Never find more wretched hide of scum and villainy.
And of course, we're going to go to Mos Eisley.
I know of a cantina. Many talented pilots can be found there. But watch your step. It's not the most welcoming of locales.
So it's not a welcome area. We're well aware of that. We've been here before with Anakin. And I do think at any point in time you could sort of switch out which characters you're playing as. I don't think you could do it on your first playthrough. But I think like I could come back here as Anakin Skywalker with Luke Skywalker and we could walk through here together. Just interesting, we have to use the Force on this droid now in order for us to progress. Let's see, Obi-Wan there in the right. I actually didn't even notice that until we just started doing it, so that's cool. And I got it wrong my first time. I just wasn't paying attention, honestly. I guessed. So I was lucky to get 3 out of 4, I'm guessing.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Not the droids you're looking for. I kind of want people to catch up. Like normally I just haul ass to get to the next location, but I kind of want everybody to catch up so we can hear like what they're saying in-game to each other. Sometimes there's a bit of dialogue.
I thought we were done for.
The Force can have a strong influence on the weak-minded.
And the weak-minded.
Let's make our way to that canteen.
If you want a funny quote, the other day I had a shamrock shake from McDonald's, and I used the restroom afterward, and man, it was so minty. I described it as a cool bowel movement, to which some friends told me that that was impossible, but I said, much like Darth Sidious, the shamrock shake holds many powers that many consider to be unnatural. So it's a little bit of Star Wars humor and maybe some McDonald's humor for those that are interested. But here we go. We just have to talk to people until we find, obviously, who is the right person to talk to.
Join us, Fred. We're discussing how Hydra shovels actually.
Okay, man. I know he's hiding away in one of these little nook places, but I know it wants us to talk to a bunch of people first.
Don't get on that hairy fella's bad side. At least if you like your limbs and all their usual.
Usually like that. Is that Watto in the background? Is that an old man Watto?
You know someone who can help us get to Alderaan. You can pay. Take me to it.
It's Chewbacca. Excuse me.
He doesn't like
He doesn't like you.
Sorry.
I don't like you either.
I don't like you either. I'll be careful then. You'll be dead.
Oh, they want to fight. Okay. Let's use our Jedi weapons. Luke, you alright, buddy? Yeah, I'm just gonna slice and dice him, man. Thanks, Chewie. Sort of a joke here as to who shot first. If you're familiar with that meme, or a bit of Star Wars context.
Captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie here tells me you're looking for passage to the Alderaan system.
That's correct, Han Solo.
If it's a fast ship.
She's fast enough for you, old man. What's the cargo?
Only passengers.
Just us.
Myself, the boy, 2 droids. No questions asked.
Okay, you guys got yourselves a ship. We'll leave as soon as you're ready. Docking Bay 94.
94.
So we just gotta make our way over to the docking bay now. I love how, like, nobody is suspicious of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
All right, let's go find
Like, even in the context of, like, Star Wars, right? Like, at this point in time, there's stormtroopers, they're looking for Jedis. We know that there's been some action on Tatooine for some of the post-Disney shows. Thanks, Disney, for always digging up the lore, but we know that there's definitely been, like, some Jedi sightings in this area. And Obi-Wan just openly chopped off, in the movie, he just chopped off a man's arm with a lightsaber, and he's walking around wearing strangely-esque Jedi clothing. Don't mean to drop a bombshell in the Star Wars community, but I don't think this is flying. But this is cool. I mean, look at this. This wouldn't make you stand out as a Jedi. There's no way. And I don't think we can get through here on this guy. I try to get through here on this guy. Trust me, I try, guys. I want him to desperately jump on top of this, and we can take him all the way. But he's not having it. It's alright, buddy. I'll leave you there. Sure, somebody will steal you later. Let's start the next part of the mission. I drastically cut this down, so this took me about 20 minutes, this whole space section here. It's just going to be an onslaught of battling. And yeah, he talked to Jabba before that, because he owes Jabba some money. They cut that from this for whatever reason. I guess it's not really extremely relevant, other than Han Solo's wanted for some scummy stuff, which... I mean, if you can't tell that by his character already, you know, it's kind of good to assume that. But yeah, we have this whole battle sequence. Like I said, this, in all reality, takes about maybe 15 to 20 minutes of total time. I cut it down to just, like, some of the big parts here, so that way you can see it. But yeah, nothing really special happens here. At one point, we get to go into, like, the upper sections. I think that part's cut out. But, it pretty much all unfolds how you would imagine it to unfold. Nothing spectacular, nothing out of the ordinary. Just a Star Wars sequence. Sometimes you gotta use the droid, sometimes you gotta use the people. Sometimes you gotta do some actions like this to get things in place for people to fix stuff. It's just a way to, like, drag out these sections, because unlike episode 3, right? Episode 3 was, like, criminally short playing it for the Let's Play. Like, there's not a lot of episodes in that series. It may be comparable to other episodes, but I feel like there was just so much more they could have done. Whereas, like, in this one, like, go back, prove me wrong, go back and watch the movie and try to make some Lego missions surrounding it and tell me what you get. Like, it's 90% Death Star stuff. And we're not at the Death Star yet, so, like, they're just trying to drag on this part of the series so that way it's still fun and you have something to do without the movie really dictating you having something to do. So, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't feel as bad about it. Oh, there we go. We killed Obi-Wan Kenobi. Jesus. No, but, I wouldn't feel as bad about it if, like, if, like, all the other episodes did this too. But it seems like episode 3 and 4 have really drug out, like, these small sections. But I guess we'll get to tell when we go and play through episode 5, because I'm sure they're really going to drag out Hoth. But then there's not a lot of playable stuff we can do on Dagobah. So it'll be interesting to see. But that's a future thought for when we get to there. Don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but those are 2 planets we'll be going to in the future, I guess. Like I said, most of you watching, I'm sure you've already seen it. I know 1 or 2 of you haven't, and you've alluded to that down in the comments. That Cool Raichu, I'm calling out you. I'm calling out you in this episode, man. Haven't seen it. You have to check it out, man. No, but in all sincerity, if you haven't checked it out, I don't want to spoil anything in it. I've been trying not to, but, like, I think just mentioning 2 planets we're going to isn't a huge deal. So hopefully if you decide to rewatch it, I didn't ruin it for you, buddy. Here we go. Yeah, this is just, like I said, it's just like an onslaught. Like, that's all we're continuing to do here. It's just, we massacre people while Chewie does stuff. And then, we solve some stuff. And I see how, like, that button there is coming up with Luke. So that is sort of what I was referencing. And I think this is, like, a miscalculation. I understand why they do it, but they shouldn't do it as early as they do it. So, Luke can actually put on the Stormtrooper uniforms. You could actually just change his appearance, which is going to be extremely relevant in the next episode. But for every episode leading up to this, it does zero benefit, but for some reason they left it in. I guess because you can technically come back and play the episodes as Luke, but like I said, that's what sort of causes like some of the oddball looking scenes where like Darth Vader was walking through like half mutilated corpses in the last episode. It's because like technically those bodies need to remain there because you can come back and play it with any character and they could switch into the Stormtrooper outfit. Would you ever want to do that? Probably not. What benefit would it add if you did that? Except for the episodes where it's necessary, absolutely nothing, except you're now dressed as a Stormtrooper. Maybe they see you as a Stormtrooper and they don't attack you and you can just walk through the episode, but it's a Lego game. You could die as many times as you'd like, too. So really no benefit, I guess, is the answer. Yeah, it's just sort of odd and bizarre. I get from, like, now that I think about it, I get from a developer standpoint why you would do it. But maybe only do it in the replay. I'm sure there's slight differences between the replay and the initial play, so... Excuse me. But there we go. We got the Millennium Falcon ready to go. I'm just gonna stand here and wipe out these guys while everybody gets on the ship. Feels like the right thing to do. But they're waiting for old Ben Kenobi, I guess.
They were the droids we were looking for.
That's a good line right there. I like that.
Don't strap yourselves in. I'm gonna make the jump to light speed.
Yeah, and we left. Take that. I don't know what we dumped there. Was that just like a coffee cup? Oh, Jesus. Luke's almost killing people. For reference, those who haven't seen it, Luke is doing his Jedi training. And they're teaching him to trace that droid using the Force. Also, because they didn't show it,
Destroyed by the Empire.
yeah. The Death Star, when it shoots, blows planets into a million pieces. Which there's the Death Star.
We're caught in a tractor beam and pulling us in.
That's what they did. They blew up Alderaan because Princess Leia was not willing to give them information. And that's where she said she was going. So, for those who haven't seen the movies, that's what you missed. And, yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. If you like this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it, and it greatly motivates myself to make videos just like this now and in the near future. We'll be playing this series here, a Let's Play of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga on Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll be playing Pokemon Black Let's Play on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we'll be playing Mario vs. Donkey Kong on Sundays. So lots of good stuff on the episode that you could check out. This is a funny moment, and I don't mean to negate it, but just want to make sure everybody's aware of everything going on the channel. And I hope you all enjoyed the episode, and we hope to see you on the next one. Until then, as always, peace out, Girl Scout.
This is ridiculous. Even if I could take off, I'd never get past the tractor beam.
Leave that to me.